I tried a pizza that cost $1, and I tried a pizza that cost
$2,000.
But now I've come to the birthplace of pizza. Welcome to Italy. Oh, we're getting flashy here. Now it is ready for the toppings. Step 1, he puts on the marinara. Next, the mozzarella goes on. Ooh, a generous portion. Here, mushrooms. This right here is a little bit of sausage. Here, full black olives going on. Finally, he cracks an egg on top, right in the center. Scoop it up and toss it to the back of the oven. So I'm told the pizza will take about 3 minutes inside the oven. Oh, take a look, guys. It is finally complete, and you can see all the ingredients melding together. He says, wait a second, there's more. Oh my gosh. This is a prosciutto, the ham going on top. That just gets 2 slices of that. So this is our final pizza made by Francesco. Absolutely. Take a look at this. This is stunning. I like the way he's distributed the ingredients. Couple pieces of ham on top. The egg in the middle is very jiggly. Thank you very much, sir. That's okay. Now let's try it out. Grazie. All right, folks, we have our first pizza of the day right here. It is a beauty, and it's also something like I've never seen before. You may have noticed this is not even sliced. Here you eat a pizza with a knife and a fork. I'm told you start from the center and you work your way out. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. I've always wanted to say that. So the first thing we're gonna do is spread the egg over some other sections of the pizza pie. Oh my God, this is so bizarre. How do you eat a pizza from the center? I just hope I'm being pranked right now.
Brother, what's that?
You can see the tomato sauce, the mushrooms, the egg yolk, all of it is in one bite. My first bite of Italian pizza. Cheers. Super delicious and super simple at the same time. The egg yolk adds a note of creaminess. The bread at this point is a little bit soggy because of all that egg on there. And the marinara is super savory and delicious. Here you have some of that delicious thin prosciutto, mushroom, cheese. Oh, it's so good. The next thing I'm very curious about are these olives. In my mind, I cannot imagine somebody would put olives with a pit on a pizza. Is this gonna be a delicious bite, or is this gonna be a choking hazard? Let's find out. Choking hazard. You have to be careful. These people are wild, putting seeded olives on their pizza. So right here we have that plump, juicy pork sausage. That is the real Italian sausage. And I'm not talking about David. You know what I'm saying? First location was kind of a typical pizza that people imagine. It was cooked in a wood oven. It was round. Here, the pizza's in a rectangle. How is this place different from the typical pizza joint in Rome?
This is Pizza al Taglio, pizza by the cut. This is the creation of Gabriele Bonci, who is absolutely famous. Here, you have the best ingredients, and you never know what's going to be on the menu. Something that you might see last week, you might never see again. So you want to get all of the pizza you can.
So if you look all the way down here, you can see there are about 15, 16 different types of pizzas that they have here. A lot of these are flavors that if you're from the USA, you would never recognize. We are more familiar with things like pepperoni, sausage, stuffed crust, that. But here, they have wild combinations of ingredients. Let's go through it. This is topped with guanciale and asparagus. I don't even know what guanciale is. I'm told it's pork cheek. Very nice. Our next pizza right here, this is covered with potato, broccoli, and pecorino cheese. Over here, this is covered with pork belly and ricotta cheese. Over here, you see black olives on top, but not in the way we're used to seeing them. Right here, we have a pizza covered with brie and artichokes. Here we have ham, and then this has Italian meatballs on top of the pizza. As we move further down, there are even more insane toppings. We have this part that looks like meat is actually radish. There's also walnuts on the pizza. This one is covered with eggs, asparagus, and mozzarella cheese. And then finally, this is my favorite weird and wild pizza of the day. This is a pizza covered in tripe. That's right, my voice cracked.
As you can see, everything you thought you knew about pizza gets flipped on its head as soon as you come here, including the requirements for something to even be called pizza.
Pizza comes from the Neapolitan word pizza. The very first pizza was starting to be made in the 1200s, and it was simply just 5 ingredients: flour, salt, extra virgin olive oil, water, and yeast. You can put pomodori, you can put tomato, you can put meat, you can put anything on it except pineapple. Don't ever put pineapple on pizza.
Brutal. Inside, manager Manuele introduces me to his favorite pizzas, including one stuffed with spaghetti. This is something I simply must try.
All right, folks, we have our pizza. It's been warmed up, put in this box, and we're going to reveal it to you right now. Come and take a look at this. I hardly even know where to begin here. Well, I know where to end. I'm going to end with the tripe. Here, this is one of the first pizzas I was pointing out to you. We have a combination of onion, asparagus, and guanciale, the pork cheek. Let's give it a shot. The crust. It's kind of crackery, fresh, light. It has pecorino cheese. It roughly tastes similar to like a Parmesan, but it's very savory and full of flavors. Actually, I like it even more than the free Parmesan at Olive Garden. Yeah, you didn't know it was gonna get controversial today, but it is. Here we have what I'm told is the pork cheek. Oh God, it's so good. It is so rich, porky, crispy. It's just a completely different experience. Moving on to our next slice. This right here is our spaghetti pizza. This is a genius creation. Look at that side profile. You can just see all the noodles that have been cut here along the edge. You can feel the noodles as you're biting through a thick layer of cheese. It's almost like a lasagna in that it's so full of different layers. Naturally sweet pizza sauce. It's super savory and has an amazing balance of herbs, other ingredients, Italian stuff, and heart. That's awesome. This is a carbohydrate bomb. So we know that was delicious, but our next pizza, I'm not so sure. This right here is tripe, cow stomach. Sir, have you ever heard of tripe on a pizza? Is that normal? It's kind of strange, right?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get the cow stomach pizza?
No, thanks.
See? Not sold. All right, let's give it a shot. Cheers. That's a tough one. It's tough, like, I believe they've boiled the stomach for hours because it's not chewy, it's very soft and almost gelatinous. That said, it's absolutely smothered in this pizza sauce, which helps to kind of cover up that gamey stomach taste. Do I like it? Well, I could think of about 20 other types of toppings I would prefer to have before cow stomach. It's just very new and a little bit awkward. Like me as a teenager practicing dance moves in the mirror before going to the high school dance. Awkward. I do like the bravery here. This place has balls. They're taking on every different type of pizza. They don't care. The proof is in the people. There's a huge line here, a crowd of people gathered around just to try pizzas like these. So that is our mid-price location. But from here, we're gonna be trying a pizza that costs over $1,000. How do we get to that price? Let's find out. Before we head to our most expensive pizza location of the day, I wanted to show you one of the ingredients that's making it cost so much. That ingredient is right here in this wood box. Do you want to see it? Well, too bad, because first I gotta talk to Carlo. Carlo, inside this box is an iconic Italian ingredient. What is it?
This is an exclusive balsamic vinegar of a...
Don't tell that part yet.
So in this case, we have a balsamic vinegar. It's a production when they have the transformation from the residue of the wine. They're gonna produce it and put it in barrels, and they're gonna have this part of the liquid on the back that's gonna create our balsamic glaze.
Can you tell me what makes this balsamic vinegar so expensive?
It's 100-year-old, and then it started production in 1722, and now we're only in 2024. So this is the third bottle that we're gonna release.
Without further ado, I think we should take a look. Oh my God, that is a big, beautiful, square-shaped bottle full of 100-year-old balsamic vinegar. Is balsamic vinegar get better with age?
Yeah, it gets better with age, especially when you maintain it in the same barrel, because those enzymes and those bacteria create those really nice, fabulous taste of the balsamic. So we're gonna open like a classic wine, so it's going to pop, and we're gonna just pop it through here.
It smells sour, sweet. It has a thick, condensed aroma to it. I don't know how something can smell thick. This smells thick. Carlo has taught me all he could, but now it's time for this young grasshopper to become a butterfly. I mean, you get the point. Oh my God, it's so thick. Let's give it a shot. Oh wow, it's like a whole different experience. It's very sweet, syrupy. That looks like molasses. Of course, it is a vinegar, so it's a bit sour too. A real unique flavor. It's a byproduct of the wine production, and there is still an aroma from the grapes that existed and were grown over 100 years ago. It's a very complex flavor. Honestly, it's maybe too complex for you guys. I mean, I'm a food expert, and what's my point here? It's not something you really just taste once and figure it out. I would like to try it more, but I would especially like to try it on this very, very expensive pizza that we're gonna be making soon. Let's go now and see how it tastes. Now, as you may know, truffles are very expensive, and it's because truffles are not something that are easily farmed. In fact, all the mushrooms that you find here have to be locally hunted. As if the mushrooms have some kind of lethal defense system. They do not.
Truffles are bravely hunted with the use of truffle dogs, so technically you can call it hunting.
So since these truffles have to be hunted in the wild, they are much more rare and therefore much more expensive. To put the price of the truffles in perspective, here, they once sold a truffle that was about 1.4 pounds for $35,000. That's like a teacher's income. That's insane.
Meet the owner of this truffle empire, Alberto, a man bursting with truffle trivia.
What is fascinating to me, which is the most expensive products
place in the world as an ingredients, but it's also a product that you find under the ground. So you have to make your hands dirty. And another thing is that it's an ingredient were used also in the ancient times. The Greeks used to consume the truffle. There was thought that truffle was a thunder put in the ground from Zeus, and then the truffles would have popped up.
Aside from the truffle, this premium pizza will also be elevated using other high-end ingredients.
The truffle pizza, we use mozzarella cheese coming from Caserta. The flavor is a bit salty and the taste is very mouth-fulfilling. We use a Parmigiano 36 months age, which is lactose-free. We also do foie gras, but today we're gonna elevate to another level and we're gonna use truffle caviar.
Right here we have that truffle caviar that Alberto spoke of earlier. So it looks just like caviar, but in fact that is completely made from truffle.
Truffle caviar. It contains no actual fish eggs, though it looks almost exactly like real caviar. Rather, it's made using truffle juice and literal kitchen chemistry to produce little caviar-like spheres.
And the nice thing is the perception of your brain, because you see something that resembles something else, but when you put it in your mouth, the taste is completely different.
So we're still missing one ingredient, but this is our base. It's a very economy-sized personal pizza.
Absolutely, because it's not about the size, but what you get inside.
So I tell my wife that all the time.
Me as well.
Okay,
Thank
good. You understand the struggle.
Absolutely.
All right, folks, we have our very expensive Italian pizza right here, but it is not yet complete. In just a moment, the owner's gonna come over here and put some of this fresh truffle on top of this. All right, Alberto is back. This is a gigantic truffle. It's bigger than a baseball. I'm curious, how much for just the truffle?
$1,000. Good price for you.
That's crazy. Right now we're getting our truffle shavings put onto the pizza. What a masterpiece. Oh my God. Oh, the smells, it is so aromatic. Is your arm getting tired yet?
Oh, never.
Gorgeous. About how many grams of truffle would you say you just put on there?
I would just put it on something like 30 grams.
About how much do you think that would be?
$100.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, gentlemen.
This is 150 euros. When you combine that with this, the balsamic vinegar, which costs 1,000 euros, together you get a price tag of 1,150 euros. This is one of the most expensive pizza experiences you could have in the world. First, I want to try the pizza as is. An amazing crust and gooey melted cheese that's cascading off the sides. Cheers. Italian mozzarella, unbeatable. It's full of cheese juice. I love it. The foie gras, incredible. Fatty, creamy, and a delicious combination with this beautiful crust he has on here. I would say the truffle itself, it doesn't have a strong flavor, but the flavor still melts with everything else on the pizza. In general, to me, the truffle is kind of like foreplay. All right, if your kids are watching, turn off the YouTube. The next thing I want to get to is that truffle caviar. Oh, that's nuts. It's truffly, it's oily. It almost has some physical sensation of eating caviar. That's my new favorite kind of caviar. So far, all of this is amazing, but what happens when you mix it with some 100-year-old balsamic vinegar? Let's find out. This is a dropper used to spread the balsamic. You put it in, suction, hold the top, and then transfer it over whatever you want to fill with delicious balsamic flavor. Cheers. Oh my God, there's so much going on. You have the fattiness of the foie gras, the cheese is immaculate, the crust, this is the type of crust you do not throw away. Beyond that, you have the scent of the truffle, and then I've never had any balsamic like this before. It's slightly sour, but mostly just very sweet. It almost tastes like berries. Then when you bring all those elements together, it's almost too much to handle. It's just like, do you ever experience so much beauty in the world at one time that you feel like your heart's gonna explode? Or at least like your pants are gonna explode? It's exactly like that. So that is Rome's expensive pizza. But next I'm gonna tell you which pizza today gave me the most bang for my buck. Today we tried 3 different pizzas at 3 different price points. A very affordable pizza, a very medium price pizza, and a very, very expensive pizza. And right now I'm gonna tell you which pizza gave me the most bang for my buck. I wanna say a huge thank you to each of the restaurants, and each of the pies were unique and delicious in their own way. If I had to choose just one pizza location, it would be location 2. I'm talking about the Square Pizza by the Slice. That place was so frenetic, fun, energy-packed. There were literally dozens of pizzas to choose from, and they had flavor combinations that I'd never even heard of before. Yes, the price was a little bit more than the first location, but in the end, I think it's worth it.